So welcome back to Heretic Wargaming. So today we have an interesting match. So it's going to be Chaos Space Marines with a small Supreme detachment of 1,000 Suns against Tyranids and Genestealer cult. I believe he's got more, he's got more Tyranids than Genestealer cult. So according to the rules, it would be a Tyranid army. So pretty interesting. So say hi, Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hello.
He's over there setting up his army. And we did roll for our scenario, so we're playing ITC missions. We got Seize Ground. So, like I always caveat these videos, if you guys want to play ITC format, head over to Frontline Gaming, and you guys can download the rules, print them out, and play. So we do not have the new 2019 missions. We actually, which is good because Scenario 1 didn't change. We'll have to print out the new ones. Hi, John.
Hello.
If you guys saw John's pajama pants in that shot. So we picked our secondaries up. So Tim did win the roll off to pick deployment. We did get Dawn of War. So Tim will be deploying on the side where all that mass blob of dudes are. And then my Chaos is over here on this side. So the Chaos picked Reaper, Headhunter, and Kingslayer. And Tim's Warlord is his Patriarch. So I'm going to be picking that dude. And then Tim picked Recon, Big Game Hunter, and Behind Enemy Lines. So let's go over and introduce the Chaos Army. So my apologies for some of these models. I'm borrowing some stuff, and John had to gracefully put together some stuff really quickly. That way I could actually run this army. So we have a battalion detachment of Black Legion, 12 cultists, 40 cultists there. We've got Abaddon himself. Yeah, he's armless too. I know you guys love armless Abaddon. And then we've got an Exalted Champion here with a Power Axe. I did give him the Blind Axe of Fury because Abaddon is my Warlord, and I cannot give him a relic. So over here we have a Vanguard of Alpha Legion. So it's 3 Contemptor Dreadnoughts with the Havoc Launchers. This is a Sorcerer of Slaanesh, and he will be taking the Feel No Pain, and I have to figure out what other spell he's going to be taking. I'll do that here in a minute. And we have 3 Obliterators that are Slaanesh. So I am using the new Obliterator profile that came with Shadowspear. So the estimate is the rumor is there are 115 points apiece. So I spent 345 points to bring them along. So hey, keep that in mind if you guys are watching this. Shadowspear came out and they weren't 115 each. Then we've got the good old trusty Supreme Command of Ahriman and 2 Demon Princes. I did spend 1 CP to give myself the Helm of the Third Eye, which gives me CP back on a 5+ when Tim spends a CP. And that's a great relic if you are facing Genestealers, especially because they have a lot of different stratagems that they like to use. So 2,000 points, and we'll head over to Tim's army and see what he's got going. Ready, Tim?
I'm ready.
All right, so what do you got going?
I've got 3 battalions here.
Oh, God.
I have a battalion of Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor.
Okay.
A battalion of, well, the actual Tyranids of Hive Fleet. Kraken.
Kraken, yeah.
And a battalion of Cult of Twisted Helix.
Twisted Helix?
Twisted Helix.
So, wow, that's a lot of dudes.
Vegas. 2 familiars. One of them's the Crouchling.
Okay. Oh, the relic one?
Yeah. This is actually just an icon from, what you call it, Metamorphs.
Okay.
But I don't have an actual icon ward.
Okay.
I'm not taking any icons.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this as an icon ward.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah.
7-man unit of Acolytes with Hand Flamers.
Nice. I noticed you actually have a lot more painted stuff than last time we played, so that's awesome.
10-man unit of Neophytes, 9 shotguns.
Okay.
The leader, he's designed with this web pistol or web gun, but he actually has auto pistol and cultist knife, which is the free thing.
Yeah,
that's just to show who he is.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm using armless Abaddon. So.
Same with this squad. These squads are exactly the same.
Okay.
20 Hormigons, 15 Hive Fleet Genestealers, 16 Hive Fleet Genestealers.
Again.
The Swarmlord, Flying Hive Tyrant, Twin Scything Talons.
Okay.
Flying Hive Tyrant, Twin Scything Talons has the Chameleonic mutation.
Okay.
The bio artifact, the one that makes a -1.
Yeah.
That's all the Hive Fleet Tyranids. For the Twisted Helix, another Magus.
Okay.
By herself, no.
So many psychic spells.
The Patriarch.
Yeah, there's the Warlord.
Who's the Warlord? He has the Twisted Helix artifact that gives him +1 attack, +1 toughness, I think.
Okay.
15 Pure Strain Genestealers.
Alright.
Which all have the Scything Talons.
Okay.
Which I think you actually have to buy them as the Rending Claws, but they have both.
Okay.
These guys only have Rending Claws.
Okay.
Even though some of them were modeled with Scything Talons. These guys
so the Pure
both.
Strains have Scything.
Pure Strains have both.
Okay.
5-man Acolytes, Auto Pistols, Cultist Knife. 5-man Acolytes, 4 Auto Pistol, Cultist Knife, 1 Demolition Charge.
Okay.
And these are exactly the same. So,
alright.
4 Auto Pistol, Cultist Knife, and 1 Demo Charge.
Alright. So this will be interesting. I think Tim's pretty much bringing like an actual Genestealer army. So it'll be very interesting. We got a horde of Genestealers against a horde of cultists they'll probably die real quick. So let's go ahead and deploy, and I'll see you guys after deployment. So here we are at the end of deployment. So there's the Chaos Lines. So we've got Abaddon with his 2 HQ buddies here in the middle. The 3 Contemptors are hanging out in back here. So that way they kind of have a firing lane that way and that way. I've got the 2 Demon Princes with Ahriman right here. I'm going to explain the powers to Tim here in a minute. You got, obviously, the Obliterators are in Deep Strike. They're just hanging out. And over here, Tim has tons of blip markers. He actually, so by the time I finished deploying my army, he still had like 4 or 5 drops. So he actually got to deploy with impunity all of his massive HQs because I was already done. So you got the 2 giant squads of normal Genestealers here. The Pure Strains are one of these blip markers, I guess.
Yes.
Then we've got the Hormigots there in the front, and everything else is basically hidden. So I don't know what's going where or why or whatever. So I get +1 to my roll. So roll for first. I get looks like a 5. And he gets a 1. Would you like to try to steal?
Nope.
No. So
I don't want first turn.
I actually get first turn.
If I won, I would give you first turn.
So good luck. And we will move on to round 1. the end of Chaos turn 1. So not very much happened. So once he revealed his blip markers, he went ahead and spent a CP to put his Patriarch, the Genestealers, and the other dudes over there. Yeah, they're all in Deep Strike right now, or whatever it's called. So I basically fired a ton of stuff into these guys and a ton of stuff into the Genestealers. But I did a good amount of wounds. I killed off over half the Hormagaunts and about 12, 13 Genestealers, something like that. Quite a few.
See, 4 from that squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. No.
Okay. Hey, that's not bad.
9 from this squad.
Hey,
and 4 from that squad.
Not bad. So wiped out a bunch of dudes over there, but I did not fully kill anything, so I did not get a kill 1 point for the turn yet. So, and then other than that, I just kind of scooched up, kept my little line here. So keep everybody kind of close to Abaddon while Abaddon does his Abaddon thing. So, but now it's Tim's turn to deep strike some dudes near me, and we'll see what ends up happening on Genestealer Cults turn 1. So the end of the Tyranid / Genestealer turn 1. So he used, like I said, a stratagem to put 3 units into reserve, which was his Flamer dudes and the Patriarch and those Genestealers over there. They popped in. These Flamer dudes actually only killed 6 Cultists from this squad, which was the 12-man squad. I made like 1 save, I think, because luckily I have a t-shirt save, right? All of his Genestealers and stuff moved up here. These hybrids hopped over the wall here, and these guys came to take this. He's kind of spread out here. The reason why, so why didn't you charge these guys into the Cultists? You had told me why.
Because you have that stratagem that no matter how many I kill, as long as there's 1 dude left, I'll come back full strength somewhere else. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and they did have Feel No Pain. I did get that off last turn, so the chances of 1 Genestealer cult unit wiping out... I still have 38 Cultists there, was kind of slim, especially with this 5-up Feel No Pain. So he was afraid that I was going to go ahead, pull him back, and then deploy him like back over here or something and start killing stuff. So critically over here, Ahriman, being the beast that he was, he canceled some key powers. So Catalyst did get off over there on the Genestealers there. He failed Onslaught here. Because I did cancel that, and the horror, and I canceled that with Ahriman too. I rolled really high for my my psychic powers, but he did get Might for Beyond off on his pure strains. Sadly, though, when he rolled his charge, he only rolled 2 2s, and he cannot make a 9-inch charge even if he had re-rolled 1 dice. So they're stuck out there. And then these Hormagaunts actually are up they're inside the building on the 1st floor. He just laid them down on top to make it easier starting the next turn. So. But neither of us killed a full unit. He did score a recon point. He did not get behind enemy lines. We actually talked about that. So the score right now is 2 for the Chaos and 4 for the Genestealer Cult / Tyranids. So finally the new Obliterators are going to come in, so we'll see. Maybe they're worth their weight in gold, maybe not. They are almost 345 points if the rumors are true. So, so on to Chaos turn 2. So the end of Chaos turn 2. So what has happened is that these Butcher Cannon dudes blew up his Hive Tyrant right there. Then they also picked off a few of these Pure Strains over here. My big squad of Cultists here, so we wasted the Neophytes right here. Then they subsequently charged in here to basically engage all the Genestealers, because I still have at least 20 of them left. Basically tying up those Genestealers for this turn, hoping that they don't all die, but we'll see. But I did kill a few of them in close combat, I think like 3 or 4 of them total. Weighted dice was not my friend. Obliterators came in right here, they double shot, they killed some here, they killed some dudes here, and then they killed a bunch of Genestealers here in the middle. So pretty much just thinned out this area to clear that out. And then, so I failed every single psychic test this turn, like every single one. I think, yeah, I made one. Oh, smite, a smite. I made a smite. So my psychic test abandoned me here. But both of these Demon Princes charged into his Hive Tyrant here because, like I said, I failed literally every psychic power I could, and they put him to 2 wounds. So, and he did swing back and put this guy who has the Helm of the Third Eye to 2 wounds. So, and to turn 2, it's not looking too good for the Chaos, but we'll see. There's still lots of Genestealers on the board, so we'll go to Genestealers turn 2. So welcome back at the end of Tyranid turn 2. So a lot has happened. So we'll start kind of over here on this side of the table. Tim moved up to control this objective still. Unleashed these guys into my Obliterators, which they did nothing. Demo charge actually whiffed completely. So, and then over here he shot a bunch of dudes into my Cultists. And then subsequently, as you would imagine, he charged into there. So actually I need to consolidate them. That way they're still in coherency. But anyways, there you go. There you go. But anyways, so that combat there happened. So when he charged in, I actually overwatched. I killed a few Genestealers. Then I actually interrupted, swung with the Cultists first, which thinned out enough that I think about 10 Cultists lived. And as you can see, they are still in range of Abaddon over there. All of his neophytes moved up the middle here, and he shot a bunch of stuff. More critically, Swarmy came over here into my deployment zone and tried to lay the smackdown on this Contemptor here. But, yeah, fate was on my side. That was the one good piece of real good luck other than them living. Because he did get off a lot of powers. These pure strains with the Patriarch came in this way. 3 of these guys killed Ahriman, amazingly. And they used the Scything Talons, too, so there wasn't even any AP on them. So Ahriman bit it, even with a reroll. Sorry, Ahriman. And then these Cultists died. These guys missed their charge. So in a misplay here, so Tim ran away from the both the Demon Princes there because he wanted to leave them open, right? But then he realized that, oh, hey, if I were to charge him back, well, now I got to go down the building and get to him. So basically knocked himself out of the ability of doing that. So it was a big whoopsie. Probably the only whoopsie moment of that turn. And then these guys shot into the Demon Princes and didn't do much. But really, really close game right now. So Tim has 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, while the Chaos has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So Tim right now is in the lead by 2. Hopefully this turn I can kind of turn around. Luckily I have, I think, 5 CP left. So I got a couple shenanigans that I'm going to try to pull to basically try to turn this game around in my favor. But we'll see. I have not been casting psychic powers at all this game. So pretty sad about that. But we'll see what happens on turn 3. So the end of Chaos, sorry, my cup's in the wall. End of Chaos turn 3. So some interesting developments. So I'm now out of CP. I've used my last CP. As you can imagine, I pulled all the Cultists out, and they popped up over here. Rapid fired and killed all the Genestealers but 1. So there's 1 Genestealer left there. These 2 swung their wet noodles at each other, and neither of them died. So they're both still sitting at 2 wounds. Here I unloaded on Swarmy, and he's now at 4 wounds. It did take him re-rolling a save to make sure he wasn't at 2 wounds. So Abaddon squished the Magus there in the middle. So in a silly turn of events, the Exalted Champion charged in over there. He interrupted and then just smacked him down and he died. So this guy had a glorious, corny death at the hands of some cultists. And then the Obliterators, I charged into the Neophytes near them to get some extra range towards that objective. They killed the Neophytes there. And I did use their shooting attacks to essentially clear out all these mini squats here. So there was a single Genestealer there. There was one over here too, and killed all that. So, and then over there, my Demon Prince waxed the Icon Ward in close combat, and right now all those Neophytes are basically staring at that dude. And I did actually shoot here too. So a pistol actually killed the Neophyte here. These Obliterators shot into this squad there and made 2 more run away. So there's 2 left, and then they killed that last Genestealer there too. So. I actually killed quite a few units this turn, but he still does have Swarmlord. He still has a Patriarch back here. He's still got his Hive Tyrant at 2 wounds, a couple of Hormagaunts. So it's not over yet. I don't think he can deal with the blob over there right now. So, but I'm out of CP. He still has 2 CP. So we'll see what happens in Genestealer Tyranid turn 3. Oh, and I didn't save the score. Sorry. I probably maxed my Reaper by now, you think?
Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure I maxed my Reaper by now. So, and I did kill 2 more characters that turn. That guy and that guy. So, right now I'm at 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, and he is at 9. So, but he could actually catch up a lot of points this turn, kind of depending on where things go. So, yeah, so we'll come back at the end of his turn 3. Yeah. So welcome to the end of turn 3 for the Genestealers. So a lot has happened. These guys came in the middle and killed Abaddon. So yeah, he made a lot of wounds, and Abaddon just croaked. He had nothing, but he did do 3 wounds on to the Swarmlord when he charged in. So hey, that's something. He killed my Demon Prince up there, which was inevitable because I swing wet noodles, I guess, for the last few turns. And that was about it. He ran away from me and basically took 5 objectives. So right now he's ahead 16 to 14. Yeah, he ran away the Neophytes actually back underneath the little awning there. So, but we'll see if I can pull this out. I have high hopes, but I don't know. I don't know at this point. I've literally not cast a psychic spell since turn 1, so that's kind of the way luck goes sometimes, right? So see you guys at the bottom, or yeah, at the end of round 4 for Chaos. So the end of Chaos turn 4, actually, or what was this, 5? No, this was 4. I effectively tabled Tim, so everything actually did swing my way. The Butcher Cannons waxed those 2 guys, and then the last Butcher Cannon, between that and some shots, those last few Neophytes ran away. I killed the 2 Neophytes that ran up here. He had 2 Hormagaunts still hiding in there, but we talked it through, and basically my big horde of cultists would advance into the building, and those guys would be no more. And that would have been a turn 5. So then we just talked through kind of where I would go. I'd just kind of spread out to the objectives, just like you would do in ITC, right? And so the end score was 17 for Genestealer cults and 30 for Chaos Space Marines. So it was a great game. I was sweating bullets there, especially turn 2. But I'll give my thoughts later on the game. So let's turn it over to Tim and his thoughts on the game. So, thoughts on the game, Tim?
Well, I think the game was very good. It was very well fought. I think what really came down to is I screwed up on secondaries.
Yeah.
I should not have taken Big Game Hunter.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. I should have taken Headhunter.
Yes. Yep. So we did...
For what at the end of the game, for what I killed, I should have taken Headhunter.
Yes, yeah. And we did talk it over, because he took Big Game Hunter, he only scored 1 point. Effectively, he could have only gotten, I only had 5 things that counted towards it, so. But no, that's a good point. And what were your other thoughts?
The moving the Hive Tyrant to where he couldn't charge.
Yeah, that was big.
That was basically the turning point of the game.
Yes, because then you couldn't come down there and finish that Demon Prince a 2 turns earlier.
Right.
Because then we smacked each other with a wet noodle.
I think I should have charged them.
The Obliterators?
This last turn, or my last turn.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of 6.5 dozen of another.
Yeah, because you only had 5 dudes. And,
yeah, exactly.
And they were wounding them on 5s. So. 4s. They're strength 5?
Because of Twisted Helix.
Oh, they are Twisted Helix. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you might have actually maybe dragged one down before you...
Well, and if nothing else, then they would have to back off and they can't shoot me.
Right. Yeah, no, that might have...
That might have been a thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and it might have possibly saved that.
The Tide of Traders thing?
Yeah, the Tide of Traders.
Sucks. Sucks a lot. Sucks a whole lot.
That's actually the first time I've used it with 40 guys, so it's pretty fun.
Since I don't have any real shooting to deal with that.
Yeah.
Being a close combat army, that really, really sucks.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a really good game. I think you thought out your plays. The last time we played, he was new to Kraken Genestealers and stuff, so he's had a lot of time between our last game and now to kind of practice. So, and every turn he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, I think this might be a good play, but I'm gonna do this." And I think that you're thinking through your turns a lot better with the Genes as far as Kraken goes. So. And it kind of sucks that I wiped out most of the Hormagaunts too early for them to actually get up here and do what they do. I
will say there's the Kraken stratagem where you can double your advance that I never used because I forgot to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are still things because there's a lot of things with this army.
Yeah.
A lot of caveats that you have to keep track of.
Yeah.
And I hadn't quite gotten there yet.
Are you going to put Hive Guard back in?
No.
No Hive Guard. All right. No Hive Guard. No shooting for Tim. Tim is not going to shoot.
This is basically the army I'm going to take to the tournament.
Okay. But, heck yeah. No, fantastic game, man. Give you the shake. And we'll definitely play another one. So,
we will.
Move on to my thoughts on the game. So, hey, thanks for watching this battle report. Yay! So Tim was a great opponent. He's definitely gotten better since the last time we played, and I want to thank you again, Tim, for being a guinea pig for a battle report. Some people don't like to be on camera, so I do appreciate all my opponents for being good sports and let me film you. So thanks again. But my thoughts on the battle. So like I said, Tim's gotten a lot better. Genestealers still surprise me every time. I did not expect 5 neophytes to be able to kill an exalted champion. But just so you guys know, neophyte acolytes are very good in close combat. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind, because I know they're pretty deadly when you give them rock saws and some of their other close combat weapons. As far as my army goes, I don't normally run Chaos Space Marines, especially if you guys have ever read some of my old written battle reports on Daka. I'm actually a big proponent for Death Guard and basically shoving Death Guard into every army ever. So this was actually very uncomfortable for me, not having disgustingly resilient on anything, and basically taking it to the chin and having to hand back equal amounts of damage. So I was actually really surprised at the that's the first time I've tried the 4-man Chaos Blob with the Exalted Champion and Abaddon, and those dudes are mean. They can actually put out a lot of pain. And cultists are actually pretty durable when you get 40 of them and make them fearless and give them feel no pain. It just sucks I didn't get off very many powers that game. As a matter of fact, until I got rid of Shadows of the Warp, I wasn't getting off anything. And I forgot that also Shadows of the Warp made it easier for Tim to cancel my powers. So the fact that I was just like, I was dead in the water as far as psychics went. So I would almost say Ahriman and the 2 Demon Princes felt like a liability that game, especially because, you know, the 1 Demon Prince did not want to hit a Hive Tyrant, and Tim's Hive Tyrant also didn't want to hit my Demon Prince, so, you know. But anyways, so thanks again for watching my battle reports. Hey, if you guys like this, subscribe. And I'm getting really good at these graphic things, so now around my head, you guys will see that I have put where my Patreon is. So if you guys are feeling generous, donate to my Patreon, or visit my Facebook page to like us there. And I also want to give credit out to Ben Sounds. I have been using their music, and I keep forgetting to put their name on my battle reports to say that I use their music. So thank you guys for providing royalty-free music. They actually have some really neat music, so check it out. So once again, thank you guys, and see you guys next time.